Moment of silence, now scream to your lungs, high pitch. I mean, I'm all about the skrilla, well, I guess that's about it. The root of happiness, absent for duty. I practiced abstinence for a week or two, but nothing was the same when I learned the game from a freak or two. They better add the king in front of your name when they...
What's going on? We're here with another episode of the Boyz, Gents Podcast. We're here with Josh Nixon,
What's good?
Chef TJ, Kelvin Thomas, and I'm D Braxton. What's going on, fellas?
Coolin'.
All right. So we're gonna jump straight into the topic. Well, first, do y'all got anything y'all need to plug?
I do not.
No, not
All
really.
right. Bet. So we're gonna jump straight into the first topic, man. So we're gonna talk about Kevin Samuels. That's his name, right? Kevin Samuels, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you don't know who Kevin Samuels is, I urge you to just YouTube or Google the dude. But I'm going to give you kind of a short of who he is. So Kevin Samuels is a dude who's recently kind of gained some social media fame because he kind of has a podcast himself. And in his podcast, he gives people advice. The thing about his advice is like over the top harsh advice. And a lot of times it's advice that he gives to women. He does give advice to men too, but the advice that's been going viral is his advice towards women, because he kind of gives a more like male-centered mind state of like what, you know, women need to do. Like, because a lot of the advice he gives out are to women who are having men issues. So he gives that kind of cold, hard truth, or whatever you will want to call it. Y'all familiar with him?
Yes, sir. That's hilarious.
Okay. So my question for y'all is, do y'all think that he gives good advice? Do y'all think he a dickhead? Like, what do y'all think? Starting with you, TJ, what you think?
Oh yeah, I think he gives good advice sometimes, but definitely a dickhead, right? Because like you can say something to a person like to have them understand without being so harsh. Like dude told a chick, he was like, "Yo, what's your size and your weight?" Which I get it, because when you have a lot of money, or what is it called? He called those tier of men.
I mean, I just think he called like top tier men.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, men in the 10%.
So yeah, you going for the prize possession. You going for a woman. If you don't have kids, you want her to not have kids and all that stuff. And but when he be talking to him, he was like downing him. Like he'd be like, "Oh, what type of business you got?" I think one lady had like a cleaning company or something like that. He was downing her, and I was like, I mean, it's still a company. She's still working hard. He'd be like, "How many kids you got?" You know, knocking her and all that. And I'm like, I feel what you're saying, because if I was top tier, I would want, you know, what I wanted. You feel what I'm saying? Like I would want the best. So the best. This is a single man speaking from that don't have kids. So I would want a single woman that doesn't have kids. You feel what I'm saying? That looks really good.
Yeah, but that's what I was about to say, because a lot of his advice is like superficial advice. Like
it is, and that's why he'd be like, you know what I'm saying, you can't get a man. I'm like, nah, because I've met some dope women who have kids, who, you know what I'm saying, work a regular job, and you know, personality does play a big part, because I mean, like, yeah, you can have a pretty face, but if you ain't got nothing else to back that, then I mean, what else do you have? You know what I'm saying? That's why some people.
True, but I will say though, because a lot of his advice, because he when he's talking to women who are saying like they want a man to make a certain amount of money, and in a lot of the stuff that they're saying, they want a man to make like 100,000, and then
100,000 plus,
yeah, 100,000 plus. But I mean, I looked that up myself, that's less than 10% of the population makes 100,000 a year. So a lot of his advice in that sense is like, well, technically, like you don't fit the criteria for somebody that would be making 100,000. And he talking to these women, because a lot of them, they be like, "Oh, I'm 5'10". I mean, I'm 5'2", you know, 250 pounds. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, when men make a certain amount of money, they do tend to go, and you only got to make 100,000. If you make 60, 70, 80,000, you probably, I mean, it's a certain caliber of woman that you looking for, because men tend to be more superficial. So
Very
I do
much so.
get where he coming from, and I don't know. I think sometimes he just brutally honest, because sometimes people don't respond to it unless you brutally honest. So
Facts. But the good part is a lot of women do say they be like, yo, so I do, and I read the comments, they say they agree. Some of that stuff can be extra. Like when he told old girl like she could hit the A gap like a motherfucker. Like
she was
dog,
right. She was
that
running
shit
back.
was funny as hell, but that shit was like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen him talk to like 5'3" women, 300 pounds, and like just be wild. But he talked to dudes the same way though. I think his niche right now is just like being wild to women, because that it caught on, and so like, you know what I'm saying, he keep doing it. But like he was doing dudes the same way. So, you know,
Yeah.
I don't agree with him fully, but sometimes you need that brutal honesty, like some people I know.
Yeah. Josh, what you think of Kevin Samuels, bro?
Besides the obvious that bro is fucking hilarious. I was thinking like, do I think he gives good advice? I would say for the people that call in, because I say he does, just because of their expectations, like you guys were saying. Like if they were just normal people saying like, I'm just looking for a normal chick or a normal dude from these, not saying like, oh, I want a man or a woman making X amount, they can't have kids and this, and so I get it. Then he tears them down. Do I think he's harsh in doing that? Yeah, but I mean, do you technically owe strangers tactfulness, especially if they calling? I mean,
Calling
the
you.
nicety,
Yeah.
but I mean, is it old? No. So I mean, could I do it? No, because I'm pride or not, I'm sensitive. You're not about to sit here and call me a fat fucker in front and no telling everybody here, and then like say somebody recognize me, and then that's what they gonna refer to me as, like, hey bro, you that little fat fucker. So like, nah, I'm sweet, but I do get it. Do I think he like? I just don't understand why people like keep like calling. Like if you don't have it, should be say is this. Like I would like try my best to make sure like be like, oh, I know he gonna ask these questions. I got some for that, and bro is undefeated. Like internet's undefeated, bro is undefeated.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I got. What you got, Kelvin?
Kelvin, what you got? What you think of him?
Hey, going back to what you just said a little bit, Josh. I mean, there's a reason they're calling him.
Yeah.
They don't have these answers. You know, they might not know what he's gonna ask. But you said is it good advice, or is he, being a dickhead? I mean, two things could be true. It's a little bit of both. He's not sugarcoating nothing, you know what I'm saying? He's the truth hurts. I mean, he could probably soften it a little bit for people, but that's him. That's his ways. And I mean, it works. Look at him. He got us talking about him. He's, I only heard of him recently. It's got him on the map. It's, raised his status up a little bit. But like you said, Brax, like most people need that tough love in order to change. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I think all that, but it's hilarious to me.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Everything he
Like
says.
I think he yeah, I honestly think he just need to keep doing what he do, because not that I need his advice or none of that, but it's just shit, he wouldn't be making waves the way he is now. And I'm sure he's get like, because dude was on the Joe Budden podcast. He was, I think, I want to say the Breakfast Club. Somebody else. No, he wasn't on the Breakfast Club, but I think I've seen like Charlemagne or somebody post him or something like that. So if he was just giving that nice guy advice, he probably wouldn't be making it, you know what I'm saying, where he is. So a lot of people don't say that he hate women, and some people trying to say that they think he gay, just because of how he dressed or whatever. But I don't know about that. I mean, I do see somewhat of a purpose for a person like him. Like, not that shouldn't always be everybody's approach to stuff, but shit, some people actually need to hear that, man, because I've heard some real unrealistic conversations from a lot of women on what they expect from a man, and it's just like a lot of times when I'm listening, I'm kind of like side eyeing, like, you don't even fit that. Like, honestly, I'll be like, shit, if I was somebody making 200,000 or 150,000 a year, and I hear those people talking, I'd be like, if I made 250,000 or 150,000, you wouldn't be the person that I would be approaching, to be honest. And it's not, I mean, sometimes it's not even the fact of how they look, but like personality wise or what they bring to the table wise. Like, that's not what I want. You know what I mean? So sometimes people do need to hear it. And sometimes people receive it better when that shit brutal. So I don't know. He might want to continue doing what he's doing, because I'm sure it's landing him some good sponsorships and, social media fame and.
Yeah, I was saying I can only imagine his podcast doing numbers.
Yeah.
And every time he go live, he get paid. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gave by the way he dressed.
Yeah, it's a couple, because most of his shit he just be wearing a suit, but it's been some pictures that pop up, and because he's before he started doing podcasting, he was like an image I think an image consultant. So like he pretty much gave people advice on how they need to go about things to fix whatever situation they're in. So whether that's looks wise, all that. So the dude is definitely fashion savvy from what I see. But like sometimes like dude had like the little shirt, you know what I'm saying? He had like a shirt with like a sweater on his back across his shit, and he had like a little man bag at one point. So some of his, fashion choices don't look that heterosexual, if that makes sense. But I don't get gay vibes from dude. Although I do at times think dudes that are overly aggressive with women, I be thinking that they are gay. But I'm not talking about him. So I don't know. But I don't think I just think, that's one of those situations where like you ruffle the wrong women's feathers, and that's what they're gonna start trying to say. It's like, oh, he must be gay, So I don't know if that is true, and I haven't seen anything that even nearly like make that a relevant topic, to be honest. Because even if he was gay, that don't mean he giving you bad advice. So,
right.
But y'all got anything else y'all want to add about dude? Oh yeah, and on top of that, he, regardless, what people say, hey women, but he be giving advice to dudes too. So you might not like his advice, and maybe a lot of his most famous, rants are with women. But if you actually watch his stuff, he be going in on dudes just as much. But yeah.
The funniest one was to a dude.
Yeah.
Called him a fat fuck.
And I think more dudes would call, but it's just their pride. That's why I think it's just more women.
And then a lot of dudes understand that I'm not calling this guy because he's going to get on my top.
It's going to fucking fry me.
It's like one of them things sometimes where you like some women like dudes that's going to go in on them. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like some people be asking, or all of them be asking for that shit. But yeah. But that's all I got on him, man. Y'all ready to switch to the next topic?
Yes, sir.
I bet. So this the next topic we're gonna talk about is COVID-19, because we a year into COVID, and I was just thinking about COVID and all that, and everything that's been going on. So I just had a question for y'all, and so how for all of y'all, how has COVID impacted your life? Did it teach you any life lessons? And then the other questions I ask after we cycle through that. But starting with you, Kelvin, how has COVID impacted your life, and have you learned any lessons?
It impacted a lot. You know what I'm saying? what it pulled kids at home 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So that, yeah, homeschooling kind of thing. What else? What I learned about myself. Not, I mean, I think I can't even give COVID the credit for that. It might be a little bit more Kobe. You know what I'm saying? I kind of, like, I started doing adult things, like, you know what I'm saying? Make, wanting to set up a will and all that kind of things, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. Everything else, yeah, not so much. Day to day stuff, still go to work every day.
Yeah. Josh, what about you?
For me, I think I've just been fortunate to has it didn't negatively affect my life. I mean, anything. I kind of I got to work from home more. Still working from home. Spend more time with my family. And if anything, I think it kind of worked in my benefit to show, like, even my leadership that, like, we waste a lot of manpower by just trying to keep up optics of saying, hey, people need to be here. Just look, when more people get more work done at home. For me, like I said, I do understand there are jobs that, you kind of got to go in to, like, see people. But for a lot of jobs, I think it showed that if you can work from home, you're more productive. So I was blessed to, and then even not even the individuals in my family, not a lot of them even caught COVID, but the ones that did, made a full recovery. So it was easy.
Okay. TJ, what you got?
Shit, COVID helped me out a lot. Lost my job when COVID first happened. I was tweaking out a lot because I thought like everybody was gonna die and shit. I thought it was gonna be the end of the world. But shit, I found my passion in that shit. I found my purpose. And I'm the happiest I've ever been. So I thank COVID for that. I mean, I don't know, that might sound bad because a lot of people lost a lot of people from COVID, but
I get what you're saying.
I gained a lot. I can honestly say that.
Okay.
What about you, broski?
Yeah. For me, like, it was good and bad for me with COVID. Like in the beginning, we like where I worked at, we was working from home for a while, which was cool, but we really weren't working. Like it wasn't no work to do, so you just stayed at home. So it was cool at first, to be able to be home and and be at home with my son and all that. And this is before wife went to Afghanistan, so we just spent a lot of time together. So I that's one of the positives that have come from COVID is you don't get to just like run out and do stuff without your family. You spend a lot more time with your family with all of these lockdowns, so that was a positive. um but then it also felt like some of the days was like just running together. Like one, I remember like that, like maybe the third week of us working from home, like I woke up on a Saturday and I thought it was Monday. Like so I was getting stuff together, like I was really about to go into work. Like, oh damn, we working from home, and on top of that, it's fucking Saturday. So that was one thing with that. And then I didn't have many people die from COVID. I did have not a close, well, a family member of mine, somebody on their dad side, their grandmother died. Um, but that was recently. So it did teach you, what I'm saying, obviously, shit, life come at you fast, and so have your affairs in order. But work wise, it made me realize like a couple of things. So one, like you said, working from home is very possible, even from a medical standpoint. Like for
Mhm.
stuff that's not pressing, a lot of that stuff can be done over the phone. Um, and then it also showed me that as much as your job and your leadership and all that to try to say like, oh, we need people here for this, and it showed you like when they don't have nothing, we don't have nobody because everybody either came in contact with somebody who was positive or whatever, like the job still got done. You know what I'm saying? Somehow they figured it out. Like everybody act like the world was ending, but for some reason, somehow the job got done. So it showed me that. And then it also, you know what I'm saying, more on the negative end, it also showed me like your job is gonna continue to move whether you there or not. You know what I'm saying? And at times it showed like some people in leadership positions, like they were okay with like putting you in harm's way, but then they gonna work from home. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, once we did start coming back to work, some people was afforded that right to work from home, you know, whereas other people weren't because they were like, well, it's no work to be done. You know, I mean, it's no work that they can do from home. So that person had to come in to work. So I was like, so are we arguing convenience or are we arguing health? Like, because if you want to, you know, keep people healthy, then you want to afford them that same privilege that you would afford to everybody else, especially a lot of times you just at work kind of standing around looking at each other. So really you're just putting people in harm's way just to say if you had people at work. So that was one thing that it showed me is like it showed me at times who really gave a shit about their people and who actually just say that they give a shit about their people. So that was something that I learned from COVID. But outside of that, man, it's honestly, you know, it made me you know, back to like the family aspect. It just I feel like my family got a lot closer, like my immediate family. So like me, my wife and son, like we learned a lot about each other in this because shit, it wasn't like you could just go out to the mall. 'Cause that's our favorite thing to do. Just go to the mall, walk around, people watch, buy shit. So we had to sit in the house a lot of times and just, you know, talk to each other. So good and bad, some good to it, some bad to it. But y'all got anything y'all want to add before I ask y'all this next question in regards to that? No? All right, bet. So my next question to y'all is um I already know the answer to one of y'all, but do y'all plan on getting the vaccine? Why or why not? And then starting with you, TJ. You plan on getting the
Nah.
vaccine?
Nah. And you know, I pray God watches over me, but I'm gonna just eat my sea moss and elderberry. Because at first I was looking at it like it was kind of like just knocking everybody off, but now I look at it like a serious kind of flu because I see people who have had it that beat it. But I mean, I don't work in the medical field, so I don't know, but I work with a lot of nurses, like, you know, I give them food and stuff. They say, some of them say it's crazy, some of them say it's not that bad. Even when I was, you know, last year I was in the I had to go to the doctor and stuff. He was just like, you know, take vitamin D3, I think it was, or something like that. It's like you'll be all right, but I ain't reckless at all. Like if I ain't working, I don't be trying to be out too crazy. But no, I'm gonna eat my sea moss and take my elderberry. And the reason I ain't going for the vaccine is just good point is when have they ever gave poor people something for free? You know what I'm saying? To make them better. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but it makes sense to me. Just geeky experiment. My bad. Just the knowledge that I know with Black people or people in poverty. I'm sweet right now.
Okay, because that was part of the next question I was gonna ask. So since you kind of went into that, I'll just you know have it a two part. So for the rest of y'all, do y'all plan on getting the vaccine? And then why do you think Black people are choosing not to get the vaccine? So you basically said like you don't think that from the TJ, you basically said that you don't you've never known of the government to like give us anything or give Black people or poor people in general anything for free that didn't come with some like
something a
stipulation. Is that so? That's what you're saying?
yeah. I'm sweet. I'm good. I'm gonna stick with my sea moss. I'm gonna pray to God. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm gonna do. Elderberry, all that type of stuff. Vitamin D, vitamin C. I'm gonna stick with that and just pray about it because I have seen people that are bigger than me and just have worse health than I do, and I don't have the best health at all, but get through it. So and there might have been a different strand, but I'm good. I'm sweet.
I'm good.
Nah,
okay.
I'm good.
Josh, what you gonna do?
I apologize for noise in the background. Son running bad for her. But I don't know. Honestly, I ain't gonna say that I'm not gonna get it. I don't think I'm gonna get it now. I'm gonna say I would tell anybody just do your own research and I'm gonna wait because there's a lot of more companies coming on, and with that being said, I mean I haven't done enough research for those companies just because of what vaccine to get. Like I've heard the Moderna and Pfizer is like the number one, but I'm curious to see why Jensen, has they only take one shot, and then now they're saying like you may have to come back 6 months later and get like a booster dose for some. So it's just I think it's still early right now, and even with the military not forcing people to get it, with it just being an emergency state, I think like I'm just cool right now. But I ain't gonna say I won't ever get it, but definitely right now, like nah, I'm cool. And far as why do I think black people aren't get it? So this is where I get what TJ saying with the government saying, but then the other side, when you hear black people say like, oh, I'm gonna pray. And then it's like, but what if God is like delivering this vaccine for you? Then it's kind of like I don't know, because we see
Not
the government.
6 months though. Not 6 months.
I seen God feed
God
people
told
with
you
fish.
that?
So I mean,
Right.
do I think he
Yeah,
can?
yeah,
I
He
was
said he
about
gonna
to
send
say,
it in
not
7
6
months,
months.
huh?
Hey, look, y'all.
According to TJ.
Nah, not
So,
6 months, brother.
hey,
Y'all know.
I've seen God build the world in 7 days. So I mean, I'm not gonna say that for 6 months because that would be ignorance for
Man,
me.
it depends on what God
So,
was talking about. But yeah, I
I'm
feel
not
you.
gonna-
Well, I mean, and technically it wasn't made in 6 days. I mean, it's been a process, but yeah, I ain't gonna go into that. But TJ said
yeah,
not
that's
in
what I'm saying.
six.
I'm not about to sit here.
So what would have been like for you, TJ? What would have been a more like
Like
acceptable
trial
timeline
and
there?
error, couple years. Like I usually take you 2 years for it to, at least my research, 2 years for it to do the trial and error phase. Like they had that shit out in a year. I'm sweet. And not only that, but like the CDC, it's not
But
even.
do you know why they had it out in a year though?
The FDA, didn't. It's not even like it's made for emergency usage, but it's not like passed by the FDA though, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do you know why it was out in a year though?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, because we were in a pandemic, bro. When they had
And how many people were dying? Do you know how many, like the average? So I get what you're saying. I'll see if it was like not a pandemic
Well,
and then they
I
rushed
don't want to
to it.
argue. I'm just saying you can take it. I'm not. You know, I see most.
Brother, that's why I said I was about to, like you said me. That's why I said good.
CMOS. Listen, CMOS, y'all.
Oh shit, man. Hey, Kelvin, what you got, bro?
Oh man. Yeah, man. I got the vaccine early, you know, within the first shot, within like the first week it was out. I was one of the first people on my base that could get it, you know. And I thought about it, you know what I'm saying?
Which one did you get?
I understand Moderna.
Okay.
And I know real quick, I mean, I know that, and that's why first off, I don't knock nobody for not wanting to get it, especially no black person, because I understand what has been instilled in us from everything medical, everything America, but medical, specifically, the syphilis and the Tuskegee experiment. Even today in 2021, black women die 4 to 8 times, or 4 to 8 times more likely to die in childbirth. You know what I mean? So there's definitely discrepancies between medical and black people in this country. So yes, I don't knock nobody for wanting to get it, but I do think it's important for us to understand the facts about it. Like so once you understand it, like, and you get these questions answered, and you still say, "No, nah, I'm straight," like, then it's even that's just for for you doing your research on it. Like, I mean, it has been released on a emergency use authorization, but it was approved by the FDA. If you don't like the speed of it, that's all.
It wasn't
good and
approved,
all
bro.
that,
It was
but
approved for emergency uses. It wasn't approved by the FDA, but it's like approved for emergency use. It's a difference.
it was approved by the FDA, bro. It
For
was.
emergency
But
purposes. You got to put the emergency purpose. It's a difference.
yeah, but I mean, you just said it wasn't approved by FDA,
Well, I was saying, all right,
but
for
it
emergency
was.
purposes.
But yeah, right. So yeah. So if you don't like that, that's all well and good. But but I definitely decided to get it because I looked at it like this, and I mean, I'm probably a bad person to ask this, as Brack says, Josh, I've been working immunizations for 8 years of my 11 in the Air Force, like so I think I know a little bit deeper than most people on a lot of immunizations questions, and I just read a little bit more. It's my job to know. Why you look like that, TJ?
I was just thinking about some shit from the
But
past. My bad. I ain't gonna say it though. Go ahead.
all
What you
right,
getting at, TJ?
Yeah.
yeah.
We're definitely not doing that on this podcast, but y'all know what I'm getting at. But anyway, go ahead, bro.
Not at all, but I need to know that later. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so but I looked at it like this. I mean, whenever the pandemic happened, me and my family, that 2020, we didn't go nowhere because if I get it, my wife get it, we could fight it off, but man, we got a toddler in the house. So we didn't even go to the park because he'll be touching the slide and things like that. So every day I would leave my uniform at work, or bring it in just to wash it, but come in regular clothes, change everything right there at the door. So if we caught it, it would most likely had came from me bringing it into the house. So if I can avoid that by getting a shot, and even if that means risking myself, so be it. And then I mean, going forward, here we are. We started giving the vaccine late December, and here we are now. 0 people have died from the vaccine. How many Americans
Not
have
true.
died
That's
from
not true. That
COVID?
Johnson and Johnson
You
smoked somebody.
you
They
got a
just ain't
better
done the research yet. I mean, they done some research. It definitely smoked
it.
somebody. Dog, I'm telling you, bro. It like that. It did.
I mean,
It did. That's not true. They saying
all
they
right,
think it did,
but
but it's like they got to do more
Hold
research.
on.
It definitely
You
smoked
knowing
some
for
people, bro.
sure that though? You know that for sure, TJ?
Yes.
Or you
No.
saying?
No. I'm serious. Like there was like somebody, died. Not only that, like women was having like infertile issues. Like women was having blood clot issues. Like all type of shit was going on. Like, but they want to do
that's
more
not
research, but they
dying.
think it came from the Johnson and Johnson vaccine. That's bullshit you saying, bro. But go ahead.
But did you
funny
die?
as hell.
Yeah, that's what I get. But I mean, how many people? Even if that is true, how many people have got that versus how many? You go to the grocery store, touch something, rub your eye, now you got COVID, something where you are much more highly to die from. So yeah, that's
Well, I
why
just got a question.
I
How'd you
took
feel
it.
before
Now
and
the
after you
next
took the
thing,
vaccine?
as far as like me feeling safe,
No. I
like
say
outside and
physically. How'd you feel before and afterwards?
physically.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel just like I did before I got the shot right now. That next
I,
day, for that second one, oh my
yeah.
God, I thought I was gonna die from that. I was sick for real. But I
Yeah.
mean, by day 2, I was back normal.
That's what I
But
was
the
getting.
next question, yeah, the next question though for me is, I see it came out today that like, you know, they're looking at the FDA approving as young as 12-year-olds to get the vaccine as soon as next week. And then in a few months, it'll go down to as young as like 5 years old. I got a 11-year-old daughter. I'm really thinking that's the next question for me. And I don't have the answer to that yet. Like, should she get it? I got it. My wife got it. But yeah, should my 11-year-old get it? Just to create a barrier of protection within this household. But yeah, I don't have the answer
Do
to that.
y'all
I'm
have
gonna
to
do my
get it
own
like
research a little bit
so
more
is it like
before
a
I do that.
one-time thing and you good for life, or like do you have to continuously get it? I'm just curious.
As it is right now, it's a 2-shot series, and once you get that second one, you're good for life. But then they say with everything still mutating and things going on, it could be in the future, but anything could be in the future. We don't know. So all we can speak of is right now, it's only 2 shots.
Yeah. And on
But
top
go
of
ahead and get
that,
it, TJ. You good?
Yeah. So for me, like right now, so I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but I mean, obviously, I'm a lot of the stuff that we saying, like me, Josh, and Kelvin, like we medics or whatever. So we gotta, be somewhat responsible with the shit we say. So
Look, this I
so
do research. Fuck all that. Fuck what they.
it don't sound like you did a whole lot of research
At
though, but I
all,
feel you.
but he's on
I've
the
done
black side.
research.
He's on the hey,
I've
they
done
killing
research.
us.
Not true.
They killing us.
Yeah,
I've done
don't get
research.
me wrong, TJ. I understand, like I understand any
Because
man.
the fact
Any
though, I mean, he just said
man,
that
let me
you good.
talk.
No,
God
I'm saying
damn.
like he just said you good for life, and that's not true. It's a
How you
series
know
of
though?
because I've done research. They've said it
What
like
research
it's
though?
it's gonna be like
Tell me
I've done research. So
what
like
research
you're
though?
gonna have to get shots every year.
You know that to be a
That's
fact, or is
not
that something
facts.
that
Yeah.
that's not a fact though? That's not a
That
fact
is.
yet. Like it's not, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I'm
All right.
in New Jersey. I mean, for anybody, I'm in New Jersey right now giving vaccines, giving the COVID vaccine, and the answer to that right
I,
now is like one. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's not a fact to say that you're gonna have to get it yearly because that has not come out from the FDA. That hasn't come out from any of those
Y'all
companies.
mark my
That
words. All right,
look,
go ahead.
I mean, and if they do, then yeah. But we talking about as of right now, that is not a thing. That is not a thing. Having to
Okay.
get it yearly. I mean, it's the same thing with the tetanus shot. Like, I mean, at one point you got the tetanus shot, and then you didn't know when you would need it again. Now you know you have to get that booster shot. You don't have to get it every year though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's right now the
a
COVID
very
vaccine.
good
It's a
point.
vaccine just like any other vaccine. It's just like has the FDA approved it? You are right and you wrong at the same time. They have approved it for emergency usage. The only reason it's not officially approved yet is because it has to be a certain period of time before they can. I think it's what is it 2 years or is it? I believe it's 2 years of a trial phase before they can
Uh-huh.
officially approve it. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, they can't like that. I mean, their hands are tied pretty much in that sense. So I do get what you're saying, and now to my answer, currently right now, no, I'm not getting the vaccine. But at the same time, I don't have an issue with nobody getting the vaccine. I don't even, everybody has their different reasons. Just like what Thomas is saying, Kelvin is saying. Like, I understand that, and I think that's a responsible idea. I will also say, like, for me, the reason why I haven't decided to do it is because I have a health routine that I do right now. Like you said, the sea moss, the elderberry, vitamins. I'm drinking more water. I'm working out a little bit more. Although now that I'm out in Jersey, I haven't been doing that as much. But I am doing stuff, naturally to kind of keep my immune system up. You know what I mean? And a lot of people like if anybody asks me why I'm not getting it, I just tell them because it's voluntary right now. Not because I think it's gonna kill nobody. No, none of that. I don't know. I don't think I can tell you right now. I haven't been given no instructions to kill nobody. So I don't think that this. I've drawn up the vaccine. I've given it. It's not. It don't have no microchips in it. None of that. I've done all of that. It don't have no microchips. I can tell you that for sure. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the conspiracy theories, I get it, but the reason why a lot of people aren't doing it because of things like the Tuskegee experiment, where people had syphilis. It was 40 years of untreated syphilis, but they were telling these people that they were trying to help them. Or the Laos experiment, or the human radiation experiment, where they literally like tested radiation on black people. You know what I'm saying? In different parts of the country. That's so black people have every, I guess you would say, right to be kind of skeptical on any type of new drug or anything from the government. So I definitely understand it. But for me, from a medical standpoint, I feel like I have some type of duty to not be completely ignorant and say, oh, they're trying to kill you, because I don't think that to be true. And I haven't, like, just from what I see daily, me giving the shot, me drawing up this vaccine, there's no poison in this vaccine. The Johnson and Johnson vaccine, the side effects that people was talking about, the blood clotting, that was 6 people out of 6 million shots that had been given. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's vaccines that have pretty much a lot of vaccines have potential side effects, and they probably have a way higher percentage than that 6 of 6 million, to have a clotting disorder or whatever. So I mean, even in that's what I would tell you. Like, it's not as black and white as you were thinking. It's not a thing where they actually are trying to kill people. And the main reason they stopped on it was because how quickly the clots and the side effects happen. So they needed to do some research and see, like, okay, what's going on. And it's been with women.
And my thing is, I don't think they're trying to kill people. Just put that out there. But I do think it's too soon. But I mean, if y'all feel like it'll work, then
real quick, I mean, a couple things. Like, first off, I mean, a lot of us, are worried about getting the vaccine, or a lot of people worried about getting the vaccine because they don't know what's in it and all that kind of stuff. We just went crazy over the Popeye's chicken sandwich. That got a whole lot more crazy.
Don't say we. Don't say we.
This vaccine.
Go ahead, bro.
We as people
went crazy over something that you ain't know what you was eating. You know what I'm saying?
But you still ate it. You know what I'm saying? And loved it. So I mean, it's that's that. Second off, hey man, y'all all y'all got to work from home and stuff, man, during this pandemic, and especially during the vaccines, because I do this day to day, just like you, Brax. I'm just not deployed where I'm at, but man, I've been working, and Josh working from home more than ever. Man, I've been working more hours than I ever have.
No, so that part I respect when you're talking about
for me.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I just want to throw that out there. I forgot to mention that y'all working from home. I'm like, dang, man, I'm out here from 12-hour days.
Because my sister got it, but she do the same thing y'all do. You know what I'm saying? And so I understood it, but no, I'm sorry.
And but 2 more things, like you said about how quick it was made. Like, there has been, this is just more research that I found, but because I deal with the vaccine every day, there's been other coronaviruses that they have been battling for years.
Right.
So
exactly.
And a lot of these companies, the baseline was already set, but they had, I'm just exaggerating here, but they had only 1 or 2 people in the basement working on it, not paying it no mind. And then when it was actually a big deal, now you got all hands on deck. You got where normally things will go in a step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had all steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 working simultaneously, like
so you cut down the process.
So you cut down the time. So that's another reason why it came out so fast. And I mean, like, we wanted that. We got tired of being, as people, we wanted something to fix this issue. But the last thing I think is most important is, like, you made the comment. You said, like, why did it the government's giving this out for free. I ain't never seen them give out nothing good for free, but I mean, they see the benefit in this when they gave it out for free. If everyone die or stay in the house for COVID, this is affecting their bottom line. They are making money off of giving this vaccine for free and putting people back to work. Like, you look at when all the shutdowns first happened, stock markets, everybody's bottom line went way down. And then where is it at now? It's higher than it's ever been. So there's real benefit that they're looking at by, all right, I'm gonna pay for this vaccine, let all my people get it, so now they can come back to work, stop working from home, stop half-assing, So yeah, that's all I got.
All right, so all I got left is listen to me, and you see most don't listen to them. They work in the medical field. I don't know what the fuck they talking. They don't know what they talking about. They don't know. Nah, go ahead.
He gonna say
Josh, you looking real.
Brother, hey, I'm just here, man. I'm not about to do this. TJ, hey,
TJ been an anti-vaxxer since
yeah,
I've
I'm about to say
known
that's
him,
just
though,
TJ.
so.
You don't know TJ. So if this your first time listening to the podcast, he's not this ignorant. I promise.
That boy
He's a
ignorant
very
as
smart
hell.
individual. He
Thank
don't
you.
sound like this. I'm telling you, you got to know him. Hey, if you had one of his drunk nights to hear him talk about MMR, hey, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
MMR, what you got on MMR?
Hey, brother said there shouldn't be that many vaccines put together. They used to break them up.
Because I think it caused. Yeah, I ain't gonna say what I think it caused, but yeah, we whatever. But yeah,
He'll hate
so what's next?
Pediatric, 6 vaccines in one.
Hey,
Yeah, don't get TJ started.
yeah, I was
please,
about to say, please, brother. Please, I don't want them. Hey, they're going to try to be like, hey, TJ, who is this guy?
Right.
Get him out of here.
All right, cancel culture.
Yeah, man. So, next topic I think is TJ topic.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm reading. My glasses ain't on. Hold on real quick. Now, I always hear women say they need a man to love them more than they love the man. Do y'all agree? Is she the catch in y'all's relationship? I mean, y'all married, so it's different, but I'm gonna speak from a single man perspective. We're gonna start off with Kelvin. Let's do it.
Hold on, wait. You said, so your question was, you said women say that they need a man to love them more than they love
the man loves
the
the woman.
Yeah, my bad.
and then and you said because you was choppy as hell with it. But
yeah, DPS.
boy need to be right, boy.
You put them Detroit up in the snooze, boy. Don't read aloud. But yeah. But it was kind of like a two-part questions. And I was asking that part, do y'all agree with that part? Do y'all feel like, y'all gotta love the woman more? And I was gonna ask if she the catch in y'all relationship.
Oh, okay.
And of course, I mean y'all married, so y'all gonna say yes. So I maybe should have asked.
Don't tell me what the fuck I'm gonna say. You wait till I get around.
That's good. I should have asked that to some single people, but in marriage is different. But yeah, go ahead, Kelvin. What's up?
All right, so the first part is hell no. Like I look at I'm very modern with like what I think a relationship should be. It shouldn't we've been bred since the beginning of time that the woman stay in the house, cook and clean, while the man go, make money and stuff. I I think we are in 2021. Everything is 50-50 from top to bottom. Like it shouldn't be an issue if the woman is making more money, if the woman take out the trash and the man do the dishes. Everything. That's how at least I in my family how we do. If other people don't, that's whatever. But yeah, I don't think it shouldn't be an issue about that kind of stuff. We're getting into other things. But on this question, should the man love the woman more than the woman loves the man? No. We are 50-50. We should both put all that we got in this. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be nothing more or less from either of you. But what was the second part, TJ?
Is she the catch in your relationship?
Is she the catch?
Yeah, they saying are you the catch or is she the catch?
Oh, as far as like looks?
No, in general, like the whole everything.
I'm confused. I don't know. I guess it could be either or. I guess if you had to pick one, that kind of goes with it could be either with everything else.
All right, cool. So, Josh, what you got?
So, okay. Like Elvin said, I definitely don't think I'm not about to love her more than she loves me. It's not about to happen. Now, with that being said, do I think it's times where, long as it's majority of the time, I think it should be equal. Now, do I think it's times where, of course, that's, an asterisk at it, where, as someone who struggled with mental health issues, has it been time where I have been hard to love? Yes. So has she had to do more? I think so. But I also think that has switched too. I would like to think that most of the time it's been equal. And not saying that just because but if it's going to be more than time, no, I feel like then at that point it's just taxing, and then you start to resent that person. So I think, it's exceptions, but for most of the time, no. As far as do I think in my relationship, I would say she's the catch, just off and it's not even off a look, just as far as I think she's more like well-rounded. It's still areas that I struggle with, because like I said, my mental health issues, I get in my moods and things where I may not I get in my moods and I don't talk to anybody else. Not like I'm mad or anything, but just because I don't want to put anybody else in the mood. Whereas if she gets in her mood, she'll express it, but she'll never put that towards my son or anything like that. So I'll say she's the catch, but I'm still working on it. But I mean, it ain't by far though. It ain't by far. Let's not get that twisted.
Bro.
I don't know why anybody would think that I'm about to love your ass more than you love me. If you ain't at all times trying to meet me at my level of love, or telling me that I need to pick it up to meet you there, we probably don't need to be, because what the fuck do that mean? I don't even I don't know. That's some simple, that's some stupid shit. I just think that people so used to being with motherfuckers that don't really love them or like them the way that they should, that they say stupid shit like that. Like, oh, I need him to love me more than I love him. Like, no, you just need somebody to actually love your ass. You motherfuckers be in relationships with people that don't actually love them, or half the time don't even like them. So yeah, that's a stupid ass idea. But I've seen that a couple times. But yeah, that's dumb as hell. And then when you talk about is she the catcher, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, in the most unhumble way possible, I'm gonna be the catch at all times in every situation in my mind. Whether it's my friendship with people, whether it's my marriage, whether it's, whatever, like at work. But that's not to say that, that's not to downplay my wife, because shit, my wife definitely, I say this all the time, like, shit, I mean, she's a better person than I am. So that's different though. When we talk about, I don't know, when you say catch, if I say, oh, she's the catch, then I'm like, what the fuck am I saying about myself? I don't know. So I mean, shit, I think we both the catch, if you're just talking about like complimenting each other. But shit, if I'm just talking about myself, motherfucker, yes, I'm the catch in this shit. Hell yeah. And that shit not debatable. But I mean, that's not to say my wife ain't beautiful, because she is. You know what I'm saying? That's different. You know what I mean? I tell motherfuckers all the time, oh, yeah, she's my better half and all that. Like, I do mean that, but I ain't about to be like, oh, she's just, the greatest thing and I'm nothing. Like, I don't believe in all. I don't believe at all in shrinking myself to make other people feel better, or to be, because shit, I want us to both shine equally. That's why when we say shit, when we talk about gender roles and all that stuff, I'm always talking about equality. I don't want no yes man or no yes woman in my life. So shit, I want us both to be, you know what I'm saying, shining out in this bitch. So shit, we both the catch, if that's the answer. I mean, if that sounds better than me saying that I'm the catch, because shit, I mean, ain't nobody else. I mean, I don't know. Maybe y'all don't feel that.
No, I agree with you.
No, I got that. I mean, I just wasn't taking it to that terms.
Yeah,
but I feel I wasn't saying like to say I'm not the catch. I was just saying like.
No, I feel you. I ain't talking shit about y'all answer.
Nigga, I know.
When I see that,
well, I hate to be
about. But yeah, no. No, I'm looking at the paper right now. So yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. Especially now in the space that I'm in. So I'm speaking from a singles perspective. Am I the catch? Yeah. Because why am I the catch? I took I've been single for 2.5 years, but in this 2.5 years, I wouldn't just like, I mean, of course, when we first broke up, I was, doing wild stuff, but I wouldn't, as of the last like year and a half and stuff, I've been like taking time for me, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't been sleeping around. I ain't been doing nothing wild, you know what I'm saying? Going to therapy, talking things out, you know what I'm saying? Just realizing who you are as a man. So, yeah, I'm definitely the catch and just in general, because
Hold up real quick though. So do you think you said like you ain't been sleeping around and all that plays a part in not being being a catch or not so if your chick like been out here wilding, then
I'm just saying it like don't do that, bro. Not on camera. But no, I'm saying like but he set me up.
That was a very good question.
I'm just saying me specifically. You feel me? I'm saying me specifically. I'm saying like I've been more focused on myself. So you had that time, because some people, hop out of a relationship, get into another relationship, and then you got the same routine. What I'm saying is I've built myself up, and I'm back to the
bettering yourself.
Exactly. So okay. I'm definitely the catch. And
that's
okay. I was gonna say, because you're not about to be telling us because you ain't getting no bitches.
I was gonna say that, hey, but I was like, I don't want to make it fist point me not funny.
This is what I look, getting women is not hard. It's easy. It's so easy too.
I know, man.
It's so easy.
Mr. Bitches.
I'm about to say, save some pussy for the rest of us, TJ. Relax.
Hey, I'm going on mute.
It's so easy. No, I'm just saying, yeah, real life, I've been better at myself, just growing as a man. So at this point in my life, I need somebody on my level. You feel me? And somebody that
I'm with that.
Help me grow. So yeah, and
what got you there? Let's say anything like was it an easy road for like? I'll just say for like people that came up
in a quick little 2 minutes. I'll try to break it down.
Okay.
Long story short, last 5 years, I don't even know if I should go this deep. Last 5 years have been kind of rough. So, had some stuff happen to me. Lost my pops, lost my brother, and lost the woman that I thought I would marry. Loved her to death. Still do. I mean, care about her. Not love her to death. But then, you see people that was like mad close to you. Not y'all, because y'all always had my back, and I appreciate y'all.
No, say what's on your mind. Go ahead.
Well, I'm saying, but you had stuff, when you for real, like, rock bottom for real, like you just going through stuff, and then like, I was in a rough place in life, and I'm like, yo, either I'm gonna hurt somebody or somebody gonna hurt me. So I reached out to the therapist, and they helped me out, and then ever since I've been, getting my life back in order, and yeah, bro, I'm in a great space in my life.
I will say, would you recommend a therapist for people like that may have come from a family?
Because like
growing up,
people be thinking something wrong with you if you go to therapy. Like, nah, man. Sometimes, like Derek was all right. So, long story short, Derek was the person I could vent to. Right? Derek has a family now. Like, I'm not venting. Derek has a whole child and a wife that, you know what I'm saying, he has to take care of. I'm not venting to Derek, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. Like, I'm like, nah. So, like, when I was like, I ain't had nothing to express, like, I started expressing myself in ways that I didn't like, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I gotta figure this out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I went to a therapist, and she helped me out. And then the better thing about a therapist is they kind of teach you ways to better yourself when you speak with them. You know what I'm saying? You don't need nothing to be wrong with you. You just, you know what I'm saying? Just need to vent, Yeah, so, yeah. But, yeah, I'm in a good space in my life. And you get to a point where you just want to do better. For real. And that's what happened.
Okay. That's what's up. Oh, man. That's all we got on that topic?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Shit. So, do we want to go into another topic, or we want to end here?
Nah, we can do whatever. It's up to y'all. But yeah, that's all I had for that one. I don't know. I think that got a little too real. I think you might need to delete that, bro.
You ain't say shit wrong.
You spoke from your heart, young man.
You just told
not where I was telling you to go with it, but
You said, wait, what happened?
You just told all our listeners that you ain't getting no hoes, but I feel you.
Okay.
No,
No.
I was just playing, man. Damn. I don't even like to refer to women as hoes, so excuse me, y'all.
Bro,
Yeah,
you just
yeah,
called
just
him
the guy
yesterday.
stuck.
What you talking about?
Yeah, dude. Kevin Samuels right here, guys. Nah.
Stop. Hell no.
Low key, if I had to pick a Kevin Samuels out this group.
Hell Nah, hell no, man.
Oh, snap.
Hell
But
no,
yeah,
man.
I mean, we only been an hour, so we can get one more.
Okay. All right, so we can go into that one topic. All right. So so it was a meme that TJ sent out to all of us, and the thing said, for all the guys that's 28 and up, get some free game to the young people. So I mean, we all are clearly over 28 now. So
Oh, clearly.
bro, you knocking on the door at 30 with the rest of us, so you can stop the cap.
Y'all are 30. Chill.
Yeah. But so fellas, what type of advice y'all got for like if you and on top it's like fuck that, not just the young people. If you could go back and talk to 18-year-old you, or you can go back to talk to the version of you that made some type of like real life like when life got real for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you go back and talk to that version of you, what would you say?
I got some.
Sorry, TJ, you seem like you already got some.
Yeah, I got some big ones. So my big ones would be like, let that hurt go, man. I held on to a lot of stuff, bro, and I used to be angry, bro. Like, bruh, I used to be angry. So let that hurt go. As a man, because growing up with only my moms and stuff, like they'd be like, you know what I'm saying, the man supposed to do this, man supposed to do that, you know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, you know, don't cry. It's all right to cry sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Feel your feels, you know what I'm saying? Because like I was very like numb to a lot of stuff for a long time, bro. And then when it all hits you, when you get older, it hits you, bro. And you be like, dog, I went through this and that. Like, what the fuck? And I was staying strong for them. And it's like, you know, you got to be strong for yourself. So I would say what? Anger, crying.
What you mean crying?
Like it's all right to cry. It's all right to cry. Don't feel like
okay.
You're weak because you having some people say a weak moment, or it's all right to show emotions. Feel your feels. You feel me? Because I used to be like, I wouldn't show no type of, unless it was love. You feel me? I wouldn't show no emotion. Like, I mean, it's only a few people that have seen me cry in my lifetime. You feel me? And one of them was when D passed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't show emotion. Oh, well, at that time I did. Now I'm older. I'm like, I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Feel your feels. It was a third one I had. You're gonna have to come back to me because I just forgot it though. Everything will happen in due process, due time. You know what I'm saying? And the fourth, everything. I literally feel like everything you go through is to make you a stronger, better person to get you to the next level. If I wish I would have known that in 2015, because I was messed up, and I wish I was known it was like a greater purpose, like, you know what I'm saying, for myself and my life.
Okay, Josh.
So besides the obvious reasons, tell myself to invest, so I can go back to my young self. But I would also say, like on the more like deeper level, I would say, I would tell myself to like live my life for me, make decisions based on like kind of what made me happy instead of what I thought would make others happy or what, so I can live up to others' expectation of what I thought, because you know, a lot of people thought highly of me, so I didn't do a lot of things or always walked a certain way because I didn't want to disappoint a lot of people. And at the end, I feel it only hurt me because of that resentment I started to feel towards people. So I would definitely say invest, live my life for me, and schooling. And as far as schooling, I mean like do stuff I want to do, like computers. Kind of like it's things that I could have been had my degree, because like I always like working with computers and technology, but I like again wanted to live my life for other people. So because I was in the medical field, everyone said I should be a nurse. So started going to school, try to be a nurse. Then doctors told me I should be a doctor. Then so I started looking into that, and I wasted a lot of time when I could have just did what I wanted to do. So I think, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Kelvin?
Kelvin?
Yeah. First, kind of what Josh just said, investing. I think that yeah, learning about that. I remember when I was like brand new in Air Force and at F Tech, somebody came in and tell everybody like about what the TSP is, thrift savings plan, and all that kind of stuff. And they were like, all right, you save 200 this, by the time you're this age, you'll have this much money. I remember at the time, I'm 20, 21 years old. I said, man, like fuck that. I already ain't making nothing. Give me my money now. I'm trying to buy some J's. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just young and dumb stuff. But like that's real stuff. Like who wants to be working when they're old? So that's kind of mindset you gotta do it. Like, what you're gonna do when you have a family and things like that. But yeah, that's a big one. Networking. Even now I'm like 32 years old. I hate having to like talk to people or try to set that networking in. But that's something, if I would have just started out early, it wouldn't be as much as a struggle as it is for me now. Um, Stick with your lady, with your family, keep that tight, together always. Um, what else? And then probably last, grind hard while you're young. So then by the time you're in your 30s, young, lower 30s and all that, you can be at a leadership position right there. So you can, teach the youth a little bit more. Not the youth, but the young adults, the right way. But yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, just to double or triple down on the investing part, I would have definitely told myself, because it's like a few points in my life where I probably would, if I had a chance, like for me now to go back and talk to it, it'd been a few points. Like, shit, somebody told me about Bitcoin like a while ago, and I wasn't. I've always been interested in stocks and investing into it and all that. Always doing my research, but I just wasn't. I didn't feel empowered enough to get into it the way I should have. But somebody told me a bit about Bitcoin a while ago, like like when it was in the infant stages. So if I would have put, because they was like, you got $1,000, put $1,000 on that shit right now. And bro, I would have, looking back on that, if I had done it when somebody was giving me that advice, I would probably have close to, $200,000-300,000 off of that. Cause that's how early it was when the person told me to get into it. So definitely would have done that. I finally like started to really figure out like the stock market and all that. So I'm starting to get into it, and so I wish I would have done that some years ago. For one, two, I would have told myself similar to what TJ was saying about let that hurt go, but more on like just not holding grudges on certain things that you really don't have no control over. And just because I've already mentioned it on the podcast before, but like at a younger age, like shit, I was getting into it with people all the time, like what I'm saying, fights, or just like what I'm saying, just straight up like into it with people about stupid stuff, and it was always on the strength of respect, but it really wasn't nobody disrespecting me. I guess if you, I mean, be honest, it's more like in my mind, I thought like, hey, you gotta talk to me a certain type of way. You gotta come to me with a certain type of respect. And if you don't, if you even just fall short of that shit just a little bit, then I'm checking that shit. So as I've gotten older, I've, kind of toned that down a lot. And I think it's helped me more and made me more a calmer person and at times happier person, because I'm like, I don't Like I I had situations all the time now where I'd be like, I'd be looking at like, bro, you lucky you ain't catch the 2008 version of me, because I would have took off on your ass, and I probably would be out of a job, or you know what I'm saying, I it just wouldn't have ended good. And then I would also go back to 19-year-old me when I was sitting in the dorms in my college, and I finally was done with it, and called my moms and told her like, hey, I'm dropping out after this semester, come get me. I would have slapped the phone out of my hand and been like, hey, see this shit through. um Granted, everything happened for a reason. If I did see it through, I probably wouldn't have joined the military. When I did, I probably would never met my wife, wouldn't have my son, all of that stuff. So, obviously everything happened for a reason. But now that I'm older and I'm still like, doing some schooling, and still, I mean, although financially I'm in a good place and all that, I would have it's just hard to get back into the school mode, because I absolutely despise it. So, I like knowledge. I just hate the process. I hate like the structure of how school is. I wish it was a way that we can just get to a point where you like, okay, this is the point y'all trying to get across. Okay, you understand it. Okay, go to the next thing, as opposed to like kind of the structure of taking tests and writing these papers so you can understand where I'm coming from. Because shit, I can write a letter quick as fuck. That don't mean I want to do a 6-page paper so you can think that I know what the fuck we talking about. So, but shit, when I was 19, I was in that mode. I was fresh out of high school. I was already in that school mode. Now I'm 31 years old. I don't care for this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? So, but it has to be done. You know what I mean? So, definitely would have told myself that. And then I probably would have went back to 17-year-old me when I used to box, and I was like, you know what I'm saying, on top of my game, and was like, very, very close to being like an important, figure in boxing. But I let my emotions, what I'm saying, kind of control like my next move, and I stopped doing it. And it had nothing to do with boxing. It had something to do with everything else. So I would have told myself like, bro, like, this is what you love doing. Keep doing this. Fuck all the outside BS. You know what I'm saying? So I would have definitely told myself to stay the course on that one. But yeah, that's, I guess, something. I can't think of nothing else right now. So yeah.
Yeah, that's real. I was about to say what Nixon said was real too, and that's what I meant to say earlier is do what you want. Because for too long I've been playing this. All right, so of course when I was born and stuff, and my mom also talked to me. She'd be like, you got 3 strikes. You inner city child, you dark. What I'm saying, you're a black male. You already got 3 strikes against you. So I would always play by the rules. What I'm saying? You can't get visible tattoos. You got to do this. You got to do that. And, life still kind of threw me a curveball. So when I finally was like, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want. I went and got tattooed. It was like, don't get no visible tattoos. I got tattoos, got a nose ring, I grew my hair out. And shit, I'm happy as fuck. That's just the personal part of that shit. Like, do what you want, man. Like, as long as there ain't no negative shit. You know what I'm saying? Do what you want, man. For real. Do what you want, man. And just, be happy with yourself, bro.
Like, big facts. Big facts.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add before we call it a... Okay. All right, well, yeah, this been, a good episode of the Boyz to Gents Podcast. Once again, I'm D Braxton. We got Josh Nixon, Chef TJ, and Kelvin Thomas. So we appreciate y'all tapping in with us. You know what I'm saying? Like we say every time before we close out, hit us up with that constructive criticism. Let us know if you got anything you want us to plug, anything y'all want us to advertise. You know what I'm saying? We doing a lot of networking right now. So if you wanna network, all you gotta do is inbox one of us. All of our Instagrams and Facebook and all the other handles will be in the comment section. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what y'all think. But that's all I got, fellas.
All right.
Got anything else?
No, sir. And we out.